because here the three-way tiebreaker here at DreamLeague Season 25 Group Stage 1. We're going to start off with Yakult versus Liquid, and I'm excited to see this. We've got two teams. One of them's gone very much for... Whoa, there we go, Mickey. He's gone for the hook. See if he's going to be able to get anything with this, though. I mean, Yakult, they're not afraid of fighting back. And Arme getting some stacks built up here against Saber. Like, yeah, they got the hook, but they didn't get anything else there. So nobody to die as of yet. But yeah, what's going to win? Sort of the new age Pudge carry? Well, obviously we did see it in the past. But in terms of like
new age
strength and buff, the rotten core is what's elevating this hero to another level in the carry position. Is that going to be able to beat kind of the old age Slark? You know, Arme, he's a Slark enjoyer. He really wants to make this hero work. It didn't have anything crazy done in this patch, so I feel like it's probably still going to be the same situation as it was last patch. It was a bit of a bad one.
Yeah, I don't even think Slark in the past was that good versus Pudge, just because the Pudge Axe gives health regen reduction. So
yeah, you just kind of die.
You kind of die in the ult when you go at him. Yeah, so you have to go Mage Slayer, which I think he's probably going to queue up and go.
Okay.
But it's a good Mage Slayer game versus Bristle and Pudge.
Sure.
To credit Ame, but I don't know. I'm usually not too big of a fan of Slark, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people believe in the Slark. But let's see what he's got in store for us, Ame. Looking at the other lanes, so we're getting this exciting action from Nisha in the mid, bringing the Slardar in. I think a lot of people felt with this patch and the map changing everything, a lot of reasons for Slardar stonks to be rising, and to the point where, you know, obviously in the past we have seen it be tried on previous patches, sometimes in the mid lane. This could be a pretty good patch to bring back this mid lane Slardar.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how he uses the extra rivers. If he actually uses them to gank, or how much fighting, because there's a lot more fighting in water. And the starter innate is he gets basically just stronger in water. He gets armor, he gets movement speed, he gets damage, HP, like everything. Anything you could ask for, he kind of gets. And I don't know. It was one of those things that was kind of a meme that it wouldn't really be used ever, except for chasing people with the ult. That was the only benefit. But now there's a lot of map case usage for it. And this matchup in particular, we've seen Slardar Ember a lot. And it usually goes in the favor of Slardar pretty heavily. I would say around the like level 3 timing is when Slardar card starts winning the lane. So curious to see how this one plays out.
Yeah, early level so far, Emo doing pretty nicely here with the harassment. I mean,
oh no!
My goodness, he's just straight up dead. Nisha completely not respecting Emo's damage output there. As I mean, that was easy for Emo.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to be said about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. Well, the level 2 did hit that 3 timing.
Same time though, top lane. McKay and Insania able to strike and get themselves a kill against Baboka. So a little bit of fortune for Liquid on that safe lane. And of course, you can see on the CS so far, Mick is having a great time. We'll get to see what exactly happened here. It was just a beautiful hook, yeah. Max range there, the setup from Insania. Easy one for Mickey. Back in the action in the mid. CS is still very good on sort of both side lane carries right now. You know, the pressure, it's a little more that's being applied to Arme down bottom, but he's not falling too far behind. The CS situation in the mid, obviously that's where the concern is. And oh, not again.
No, he's okay.
Okay. I mean, okay is a relative term.
It feels bad when
7-0.
Yeah.
It's a tough start for Nisha.
Ember as a hero, most of the time when you're drafting versus it, and you counterpick it, you specifically want your mid to kind of crush him because he's this weak laner that is so strong when he gets free lanes. And many times in the past, whether I'm the one playing mid or it's someone else, and you'll see a counterpick matchup happening, and the guy who counterpicks loses, and just everything just feels really awkward because this whole game plan of they picked Slardar specifically to win mid, and now he's dying, and so there's a lot of things that change. Unless there's some
sort of like big brain idea in the whole scope of the game, but you would say a lot of it did kind of rely on Nisha coming out on top of the match at mid.
Yeah. So definitely, I think Slardar is a stronger hero than he's been in the past. So he's going to be able to have more impact. It's just basically a question of now is Ember going to have too free of a game? Liquid's heroes aren't the best at dealing with Ember. It's basically only Frostbite, I would say, as a way to counter him. Or, you know, maybe hit a hook, maybe hit an arrow. But these are kind of question marks.
Up top. Well, they tried to make the effort there onto Zeal. Didn't quite have enough damage for him. Baboka. He's going to slap back pretty hard at the two of them. And he's got telekinesis at the same time. Bottom lane, stable life. Trying to go for Tian Ming. Does he want to dive the tower? No, can't go for it. Arme's going to turn and try and fight back. Can't do it on his own though. The Boxy and Saberlight will be allowed to walk. Arme will return to hitting the creeps and continue to do a very good job of that. As I say, you know, both safe lane carries getting pretty free farm right now. Not too much pressure being put on by either off-lane setups there. Zeal,
oh,
he missed. Might have died anyway. I don't know if it would have pushed Mickey back far enough to stop him from rotting him down. But, as it goes, another kill for Liquid on that top lane bottom.
Too, and a hook.
It's the Arme and Tianming able to get themselves some action and a permanent stack for Arme. There's the setup. I mean, they're making it look pretty easy with this 1-2 combo. Works out again. Killing spree for Mickey. Mickey trying to block off Zeal so Zeal can't chase down and threaten. Mickey's, CM back up. Bottom lane, Tianming dead to box. These side lanes starting to really kick off with the action. Things have calmed down a little bit in the mid lane. And the recovery from Nisha still a bit of a road to go down. 28-7 on Emo against Nisha's 19 for 5. Still over a full wave ahead.
Yeah, and Orbic Corrosion is kind of making a comeback for Ember, which I like. It got changed a bit in the patch. Now it gives agility and I think it's just slow now. It used to be it did a little damage if they removed that. And so he's back to this very oppressive. He wins the lane, maxes slight, Orbic Corrosions you. So Nisha's gonna have a hard time getting his level 6 and fighting the 6 rune specifically.
Sure.
And that's a big timing for Ember.
And what is the build for Slardar in the mid lane? What are you rushing? Are you getting some sort of right-click, you know, attack speed enabling item, or are you just focusing on that blink timing?
I think in this game probably a blink.
Top lane Mickey. He's getting dove under the tower. Nobody's here to help him. He's just mid dead. Same time in the mid, they're going to try for Emo. Okay. I mean, he's going to get a walk back to say, I guess they didn't want to try and continue to punch him because they knew he had Mango. So he'd be able to Mango and jump out.
I thought they would have just tried to force the Mango.
Yeah, why'd they stop hitting him? Are we missing something that... Because I imagine the only reason they'd stop hitting him because they're like, he's going to Mango and jump out. But you're right. Why not make him Mango and jump out? I don't know. Maybe they weren't going to kill. For the record, sure.
Ember was fine. It would have had to be a big mess up for him to die. I think it would be like 3 more hits from Nisha without him pressing any spells.
That's fair, that's fair. And it was around what the time the power rune had spawned. So he was like, I just want to get my power rune. I don't want to mess around with this in case I lose the power rune to someone else. Top lane, Tianming.
Emo's here.
This time he'll die for the dive. But indeed, with the backup of Emo, Yakult might be able to find more Liquid, though they are bringing in the numbers. Oh, that is a beautiful arrow there from Boxy into the crush from Nisha. There we go. They'll finally be able to shut down Emo as they have the control off the back of, very, very nice arrow angle hit there by Boxy on the Mirana. Space for Arme, though, with all this focus being drifted up towards the top lane. And we'll start to see what direction he wants to go with his build, which indeed, at the moment, as you say, does look to be that Mage Slayer rush. See what, I mean, he might change his mind on that because he's just got a lot of money, right? He's having a very easy time here. So there are definitely opportunities for him to go various ways. That's the one thing about Slark. Maybe because Slark isn't that great. It doesn't always seem like there's a cookie cutter build for him, right? There's a lot of ways you can go with Slark.
You can go, there's Ags builds, there's Shadow Blade, Diffusal, Mage Slayer.
Midas. He's got 30. You don't think there's not a world where he's thinking about cooking up a Midas?
It's a cornucopia.
That Midas,
100%.
He's close to that Midas recipe gold.
Look, he's going to go to the enemy secret shop. He's going to buy the cornucopia.
Okay. He's a sensible man. There we go.
Yep. No double Battle Fury.
Unfortunately not today. Hey, he got buffed. It's a little cheaper.
Did it?
Well, the damage is like less right on the numbers, but you can get it sooner.
Faster.
You get it, and the cleave's a little, but you get it sooner.
Yep.
Anyway, how's Emo doing? Talking about Battle Furies, I remember back in the day on the Ember, but it's not happening nowadays.
I miss physical Ember.
You know what I mean?
Much.
A nice Battle Fury and a Daedalus.
Yep. You get the Rapier.
Chef's kiss.
6th item.
Yep. Oh, Boxy. He has got Nisha by his side as well, and Emo's going to have to run away from this one. Doesn't want to get caught out here. Same time as we're getting back up top. Zeal is nearly hitting the level 6 here on the Ember, but already, with 2 braces, phase boots on Mickey. The Pudge is kind of hard to gank, right? Mickey, if they want to try and do something about him, Yakult, I mean, I don't even know. They have to bring up what, like the Ember and the ET, have the arena set up, and then maybe they can try and go on the Pudge. Outside of that, it's not easy to try and tackle Mickey in this laning stage, especially when he has the rest of his team wrapping around this tier 1. Look at the punish steal. Mickey opens up with the dismember.
He's 2 creep from 6.
He's trying to push it back with the God's Rebuke, but he's very dead. Instania, he'll be the one to borrow the kill. And they'll push on towards the tower. Fortification comes out.
Alright, so something interesting Mickey is doing with the Pudge. So yesterday we saw Pure. He went, I think, pretty standard Pudge build at the start.
Oh, we're getting the Mask of Madness, right?
He's going Mask of Madness.
This is the correct build. I mean, this is, I feel like when you read the patch notes, this is what first comes to mind.
So
right?
what? You like raw E
and then
Mask of Madness.
Exactly.
And you just right click.
And you hit super hard. They can't run away because they're under the rot. They're getting slowed. Like this, when you read what Rotten Core does and gives you, just to refresh you boys and girls at home, this increasing attack damage each second that you're keeping the rot on, up to a maximum of like 80% at max level rot.
We're trying to get Nisha the body blocks.
There's some good blocks from Tian Ming.
Wait, there's an arena.
It's not going to be enough though. Zeal? Yeah, he's still not 6 yet. He needs like that 1 or 2 more creeps here on Zeal.
Boxy.
I think down to the low ground. Arme's going to go for this. Jumps down. Spear won't be enough damage to kill Boxy, and now Arme's in a bit of a dangerous spot. Gets caught by the crush. They have to stomp to hold back Mickey. Now the arena's up. Level 6 has been hit, and it hit at a perfect time to allow them to get Nisha and Mickey. I mean, that is a little bit messy, but the fact that he hits 6 when he does steal, it makes the fight beautiful for Yakult. They might even get a third. They've got their lift up from Baboka, pounce forward from Arme. Big kills, big fight from Yakult round the mid off the back of Zeal, hitting the 6.
What a wild fight. They start on Emo. He barely kind of dodges the arrow at the start. And then you see everyone TP, try to kill Nisha. Then they're like, oh, wait, our Mars doesn't have 6.
When does he get the 6, actually? Let's have a look again.
He gets it right now, I think, off his last creep.
Who's the MVP is going to be whoever nuked the creeps. You know what I mean?
Arme, unintentionally.
It was, Dark Pact. There you go, Arme. Doing it for the boys there, getting those creeps killed, getting Zeal is 6, getting that arena up, trapping them in. No chance for the rest of Liquid to save them.
Yeah, great turnaround.
Yeah, solid team fight from Yakult. And keeping Arme, of course, involved in the action. He's already got 4 permanent agility with his stacks. And the farm is fantastic. I don't remember the last time I saw a Slark this far ahead at 11 minutes into a game. This has got to be the best start a Slark's had in an official in quite some time here.
Yeah, almost at 6,000 net worth. And it is, when he's ahead, it's a really good Slark game. Versus Pudge and Bristle, if you have an item advantage and you're not scared of their AoE damage, which is what this item advantage does for you, then it's an amazing Slark game. It's more of when the game is pretty close or the Slark slightly behind that the Pudge, the Bristlebag matter way more in terms of the AoE damage. And speaking of that, Saberlight is going for Ags.
Okay.
Which I don't know, because you specifically can't buy Bloodstone on Bristleback anymore.
Sure, so it's like, what is the build beyond the Agonies now?
Is it just a, I guess it's just a casual Ags for the damage that it provides? It just feels, I know in the past, people would almost go even the Voodoo Mask before they finish their Ags or right after they finish their Ags. Specifically, the patch changed a lot of spell lifesteal interactions or just lifesteal interactions. And
so wait, so just to point out for the viewers.
Yeah.
But if you get the Ags and use the active of the Bristle,
it will still
you're still
Correct.
spell
Yes.
lifestealing, right? You're just not getting the spell lifesteal from the passive effect.
So effectively anything that's a reflect, so Blade Mail or Bristleback, the passive procs of Quills, I think Lotus Orb, stuff like that. Anything that's kind of considered a reflection.
Yeah, it's classified. So it's like kind of a new term, right, that they're using in the game, right? Reflection damage.
Yes. That is unable to be spell lifesteal.
Yeah.
So I think we're probably not really going to see Bloodstone on Bristle anymore. Collapse actually did it yesterday.
He still bought the Bloodstone. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, for sure, right? You're still going to get the benefit, but just not quite as crazy as it was before. Top lane. Get the jump in onto Mickey. They'll kill off the Pudge. We'll see if Arme can start cleaning up more.
Good
It's a good sleep. And the splitter coming in for Tian Ming. Oh, it's beautiful stuff there from the ET. Double kill for Arme, and again, Yakult. These guys here with these team fights they keep looking for. I mean, it's a Slark's dream. Arme's turning up. He's 3-0-4. They're making this game beautiful for him. You see the smiles on Yakult here. There's a team. They're vibing right now.
Yeah.
And Liquid, I think they're going to start panicking.
You definitely get very stressed out when you're fighting into a Slark in the early game.
And he's doing this well.
Because again, Slark is not really a teamfight hero. He wants to be on the sidelines or picking off with 1 or 2 bonus heroes. And you're taking 5v5 fights with Bristleback and Pudge early game, which are both supposed to be good in these 5v5 fights, and just losing them. And I think it's just Yakult has way better teamfight. They're fighting into an arena, fighting into an Elder Titan. Even an Ember when he's this far ahead is pretty much a team fighter. And I think Liquid probably needs to wait for a big timing before they start continuing to do these fights.
I mean, it already feels like Arme He's getting very far ahead of anyone else in this game. If one more team fight occurs like this and he comes out on top, again, just picking up kills and not getting punished, it will get to the point where the Slark is absolutely out of control.
Yes. When the Slark gets Ags, he's going to be strong. I feel like Ags plus Sanji and Yasha is the big, almost GG timing. That enough HP, even if you stun him, he's going to have the status resistance and ability to jump around the fight. Bristol won't kill him or survive, especially with the fact you don't get the spell lifesteal from these passive quills. You basically have this one timing in the fight where you press your Ags, and I think that might be it. So we'll see. I think Nisha's going for... He's not going to go for the Blink. He's going for Echo Saber. I'm just not seeing any good timings.
Like where's the playmaking from Liquid? Because we saw it in the lane, right? It was the whole kind of frostbite into hook. But outside of the laning stage, you're not really going to get yourselves the situation to execute that and have some sort of crazy impact. Especially when the problem right now is that it's 5 members of Yakult running at you.
I'm so happy Tianming. He actually stood in the health regen after the Tormentor. I think that's the first player from replay I've watched that stood in that healing from Tormentor.
Yeah. Well, 2% of your max HP every second for 15 seconds after you kill the Tormentor if you stay in that area.
It lets you kind of stay on the map after doing it, especially now that it's a 15-minute Tormentor instead of 20.
Yep.
It's a really big objective now. There's only one on the map at a time. Starts spawning at 15 minutes, and then I believe it also gives everyone 200 gold in addition to the shard, or 250 gold. So instead of being this 1,400 gold swing, it's about over a 2,000 gold swing.
Trying for the setup in the mid, but that lone creep there was enough to block the arrow coming in. Aghanim's is online from Arme. As I say, this is going to be the quickest time we've seen on a Slark in a while. The hook's going to miss from Mickey. Yeah, 16 minutes in, Mage Slayer Aghanim's on Slark. You don't see that in this current day and age, but we're seeing it here today. Arme going to try and start the fight. They'll catch him with the Dismember. I've got the ult coming out from Insania. Heavy damage bringing him low, but the Shadow Dance from Arme is healing him up. Splitter comes in onto Insania. Arme turns towards the CM. They'll bring down the CM. Now they look towards Mickey. The second pounce comes in. Mickey's in trouble. He'll get out the side, but Ima's ready to chase forward with the Remnant. They picked up the 2 of them. Nisha looks for Baboka, but Arme's ready to turn back in. They'll push back Nisha with the God's Rebuke. Jump forward from Emo. They kill off the Slardar. Now Emo and Zeal, they're ready to chase over for Saberlight as well. Sleight of Fist chains into the spear. They clean up all 5 of them. As Yakult today, their team fight prowess, it's unstoppable.
They hit all their timings, they hit all their spells. Ame even got, I think, full duration arrow in the middle of the fight, just stood there, took barely any damage.
They couldn't kill him.
Yeah.
He's that far ahead. This is the Slark of your nightmares that you'll remember, boys and girls, from that pub game where there was this hero that you could just never kill. And this is one of the reasons why, while Slark, he's had a bit of a bad time in terms of how good he's been in competitive games, and it's because if they even just fine-tune him, give him that little bit of a buff, this hero can be ridiculous. And Arme showing us what, as I said, is not easy to pull off. He's had a beautiful start, and now thanks to the way that the team, it's just the teamwork, right? The way they're getting him involved in the action, making these moves across the map, it's accelerating this Slark play to the next level, and to a point where, how do Liquid stop this Slark?
It's really hard. And also, speaking of teamwork, I want to point out Zeal's item build.
Yep.
So he went for Vlad's first item.
Yep.
And now he's going for a Deso, which I think is super, super cool, because they're already team fighting constantly. They have 3 melee cores that are going to go in and using the spell lifesteal.
Oh, look at this in the mid. They get the setup on towards Nisha. Nisha's going to try and stand his ground. The Splitter's going to come out. The telekinesis back into the Splitter there. They take him out. Emo's able to jump away with the Remnant. Tianming and Baboka, they're falling very low. The Frostbite's there. Is actually enough to kill Tianming, though. He's going to... Okay, does die, but it will cost Insania's life to stick around. And Arme is able to clean up Boxy at the side as well, as these trades just continue to get worse and worse for Liquid. Yakult balling out of control.
No. Arme bot.
What's he going for next?
TPing. Saberrat's kind of just stuck in no man's land.
Oh, Emo's on the way.
He's toast.
He is.
Another Frostbite follow-up.
Another Essence Shift stack for Arme.
It's so hard. You want to play mid because it matters so much for the map control to play mid, but you can't play mid versus Ember Spear when he's this far ahead.
Yeah, they're just getting dismantled.
It feels awkward how they play the map.
And look at this Arme. He might just find himself another one. And at this point, Mickey, what's he got?
He's got a sentry.
He has. He's got detection at the ready. Mickey can't hide from this. Another one for Arme. Unstoppable on the Slark. And it really is at this point, right? If you're Liquid, if you're any of Liquid's heroes, Liquid's players, you're looking at this Slark, and nobody feels good about playing into this Slark right now. Got the setup here onto Emo. Do they have the damage? They do. Liquid able to find a chance to take Emo down. Meanwhile, they're on the top lane. 19 minutes in, they are losing their tier 2 tower. Indeed, that Deso on top of the Vlad's now online for Zeal.
The scary thing for Liquid right now is, so because of the format, if they lose this first game to Yakult, and then Yakult wins the second game,
it's over.
They could be out with this one loss, right? It's not a best of 3. You don't get 2 chances. Their second chance of losing this game is to force another round of tiebreakers. I think that's your best bet if you're losing a game. And usually most formats it's a best of 3, so you kind of get this, 2 chances to win. Everything's fine and dandy. So there's honestly a lot of pressure. You can't lose any game. So,
no. Every game is absolutely that important in this best of 1 3-way tiebreaker. And so far, Yakult, they are looking on fire today. Saberlight, they'll drop the arena for him. Arme, and he's got the Dark Pack immediately removing off the arrow connection. They get the kill, and he's ready to try and turn over towards Mickey. Mickey, not going to get clipped by the dust. They might still find him. Yeah, Emo gets him with the slight change. Mickey dead again. Oh, it's getting messy. It's getting messy. Liquid, what do they do?
I think they need to play more pickoffs on the side lanes. I think a Blink Dagger as well for either Mickey or for Nisha, just to kind of start the fights in some way. Maybe you get a dash into a stun into an arrow follow-up.
Nisha, they got him. Chains are there, into the stomp, Tian Meng, and they're ready to just play around with him.
The river though, movement speed.
Not gonna save him. Another one for Yakult. At this point, they're just making it look easy, Gun.
It is easy
Liquid
now.
with this lineup, at this deficit, 21 minutes in, being down 13k, they just can't help but look rather helpless, right? Like, what do? What hero can do anything in this position, in this situation?
I'm not really sure. I think... So Saberlight has his Ags, which... It's still Ags as strong as ever. So the damage from Bristleback is the exact same as it always was. You have all these quills, they stack, they do the same damage. The biggest thing is you just can't sustain yourself with lifesteal off of it in the fights. But there's worlds that they get a good fight. I think it's probably an arrow at this point. Just a crazy hook on the high ground from Mickey or an arrow from Boxy.
No, there's the blink on Nisha.
Okay. I think it's correct. This Roche could be the turning point.
It's a chance for Liquid here.
Yeah. Yakult brothers, their Roshan is not that fast. It's actually going to give time for Liquid to go. And if they get a good stun into arrow on a core...
Well, let's have a look what Liquid try. Nisha. Where's he going to make the jump? Mickey's going to start walking in to get the slight change on the 2 of them. Arme jumps straight over towards Mickey. The splitter coming in is beautiful. No. Down the 3 of them. Mickey getting focused by Arme. He's gone. They lose Boxy as well. Yakult forcing Liquid away. They tried to make a play around the blink pickup of Nisha, but they're just too far behind Gunner. They just jump into their own death. Insania lucky to get out. Zeal will have a bit of mercy for him, let him live. But the other 4 are all dead. Aegis picked up. And Liquid, I think they know it at this point. Highly likely they're just going to have to be hoping for the best. The second game in this 3-way tiebreaker does not go the way of Yakult's, because turning this game around, it's looking more and more impossible by the minute.
I'm trying to think, if you're in Liquid's head, what do you want to do at this point?
I don't know. Look at the net worth, right?
Look at the Rubik's net worth.
Yeah, he's higher than all the cores of Liquid. And that can happen in a game, but I feel like rarely this early. It's 23 minutes in, and none of the cores on Liquid are having a game.
Usually you want one, the comeback is you've got one guy.
You got
farming.
one guy.
You got the
they don't even have one guy.
Their guy is a Pudge, who has Mask Man as Glimmer. Which is, I don't think it's bad. I think this build is fine. It's just, you have to look at Mickey and say, you got to carry this game by yourself. You have to right-click this Slark, who can't be right-clicked, or AoE him down versus a Mage Slayer. So, just the matchup is bad. And The slark pick's working out really well.
It really is. I mean,
Panel was a fan of it. Ame played it
I was
beautifully.
skeptical because Slark's a Slark, and again, I feel like a lot of this is down to the player and the team. You know, this hero is not broken. It's not OP, but Ame, this game, and as I said, just the way that the team has managed to enable him, it's been perfect. It's been absolutely perfect.
Top boxy.
This is just top class stuff from Yakult. They are completely dismantling Liquid in a game, as we told. It is a very important game, and Liquid just looking completely lost.
The new Abyssal Blade is bought by Ame. I don't really know how to feel about this item. So it's basically, instead of Vanguard, it's now Assange.
Okay.
But you don't get the
status
resistance because that's only Assange and Yasha specific.
So you're getting the slow resist. Obviously, for Slark, I guess you're getting this boost in.
I think it's just more damage.
The health regen and
yeah.
And with the lifesteal, amp's nice because when he's playing around with the Vladsaur, so he is getting lifesteal, so that's going to be boosted up.
There's the Abyssal on the Nisha.
Has he got any way out of this Nisha? He's
fast,
speedy.
Though.
You know, he's speedy, but the pounce. Mate, not going to miss it. Doesn't miss.
He was going upstream.
Oh, that's true.
If he was going downstream, that's a little more movement speed.
Maybe. The river working against him there.
I wonder if anyone actually thinks about that in the game. Because I know they talked about the mighty mines, the wishing well on last, but did you ever actually go somewhere thinking about that?
No.
I never did, personally.
I feel some carry players did, though. Like, you know, when you're playing like a TB or something, you were farming around the regen area.
Yeah. I know
at least it felt good. It wasn't like, I'm going to stay here and only farm this part of the map, but it was like you would be aware of it when you're in those kind of couple of camps. Godlike on Ame.
9-0-11.
I mean, this is, coming into a three-way tiebreaker if you're Yakult, this has got to feel pretty good, right? Yeah. You're like, guys, we just got to win 2 best of ones today, and then bam, first best of 1 against Liquid, and you're doing this.
It also feels good, I would say, going into the second game. For me, I would always rather be the team that plays the first series. Because going into the second game, you're playing, for Gaming Gladiators perspective, they're playing versus Yakult brothers who are warmed up, they just come off a win, they're looking to close it out. So, Gaming could have a rough situation just like Liquid if Yakult wants to play it that way. And Shadowblade now. Okay, Ame just wants to kill everyone. He doesn't even care about ending the game.
Alright, Liquid, what do they got? Anything big coming up soon on their items?
Maybe a buyback for Nisha soon. It's fine. Okay.
He's lucky to live there. Very lucky to live.
Honestly, probably the Shivas from Nisha is the biggest timing. So Shivas does the HP damage reduction, or HP like healing, lifesteal reduction, which will matter a lot for Slark, I would say. So maybe make it against the Shivas, and he's able to survive Slark's ult initiation and kill him after. It's kind of the only timing. Other than that, you're asking for 3,000 more gold for Nisha's Ags, which is not really a realistic ask in a game like this. The Shiva is about 800 gold away. It's just hard.
Yeah, it's very hard.
So sometimes in games like this, you're super behind. It's not so much what you have to do to win, but you have to play till the enemy makes mistakes. Yeah. And the simplest way for that is high ground.
And it really just feels like Yakult, they haven't made any mistakes in this game. This has really been up there with one of their best performances, just as a team. Like they're looking on top of the world.
I also think to credit Liquid, they're dying in silence, right, and pushing out. But often it's better to do a bit of the splitting, pushing out lanes, actually farming. Because if you end up in this situation where you're stuck in your base the whole time, you'll never get gold. And they would be probably behind the same gold, if not more, but they would have less gold as a team. So it's always trying to find the balance between, hey guys, we have to shove all 3 lanes, farm jungle, and not get caught. It it's just sometimes very hard based on the draft. I would say heroes like Nyx Assassin, super good at catching like rats, right? These little guys, they're scurrying in the tree line, cutting every way they can. In this game, Yakult has Ame, which is even scary because not only is it almost as good as catching as the Nyx, but it's a core who's doing it.
Splitter coming in. They've got the arena in. They've trapped Mickey. There's no way to get him out. Mickey's just dead.
No Shivas yet.
They might be ready to dive here. There's Emo charging in. Has the chains opening. Ame gets in on top of the bristle. The spear to turn him around. Stabilite's
Nice
gone. We'll see how much more of this Liquid want to endure. They might try and hold on, of course, as I say, with the importance of these best of ones, but down 27k, 28k, getting completely annihilated. They've had enough. GG is called. Yakult. What a best of one for them. They take the first victory here in a three-way tiebreaker for them now. All they've got to do is win one more BO1 against Gaming, and then they'll be the ones moving on. Liquid